Shalom. First and foremost, I want to say, Call Elohim La, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Alright, double honors to Elders Apostles Gate Millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect. It's Brother Calvin in the video. And a little witness edifying. I want to get into basically, I don't know if you brothers singing this in the news, but basically, you got this Moabite, so-called Chinese woman spy. And basically, she was dealing with, like, U.S., Babylon the Great, in the Holy Scriptures, congressmen or political men or whatever, and basically I'm just going to get into the article, but basically she was getting information out of them, man. And the reason I'm just going into this article is going to show you the tension. That's probably going to entitle this lesson, tension amongst the nations, because that's exactly what you got. You got the situation with Iran back in January, I believe that was January the 3rd, where the U.S. Babylon the Great assassinated the top general, Soleimani, I believe that was his name. And then recently, about maybe a week or 2 weeks ago, they said Iran, no, they believe Iran top nuclear scientists got assassinated by, they believe, for saying it's so them fake Jews over them Israelis, the Amalekites, man. And then they assassinated their top commanding general. And then you got Moab. So you got tension between Esau, Amalek, Esau against Iran, the Persians. And now you got Moab and Edom, man. And also I might get into this article, but also going to show you that the Most High, Yahweh Shemiel Shai, is spreading Esau thin, man. Esau has a lot on his plate he has to deal with right now. He's dealing with the tension among He's dealing with the tension amongst all these nations, as well as trying to push his agenda, trying to push this Maxine, trying to push this and convince the people to take it, trying to push this RFID microchip. He's got to deal with the prophets exposing every single move before he does it, man. Okay, how about Shemiel Shai is showing this man's counsel, man? Like I tell you in the book of Obadiah. Shall I not in that day destroy the wise man of Edom and understanding out of model Esau, man? But let's get into this article, Lord willing. It says, this is Fox News, published December 11, 2020. Swalwell extends silence on interactions with suspected Chinese spy. Swalwell reportedly cut ties with Fang in 2015 after an FBI briefing. It says, reporting that there's the Moabite woman right there, the Edomite. It says, Representative Eric Swalwell on Friday has still not clarified the nature of his relationship with a suspected Chinese spy after an Axios report earlier this week revealed the woman, who aimed to build relationships with up-and-coming politicians, gained significant proximity to him over the course of multiple years. Yeah, and it's still, Esau getting spies on him. I mean, this goes to show you, I'm going to get the scripture real quick. How about Shemiel Shai? He put his sons on game. That's why the scriptures is the top wisdom on the planet Earth, because this is wisdom straight from the Creator, man. This is Micah 7:5. It says, trust ye not in a friend, and put ye not confidence in a guide. Keep the doors of thy mouth from her that lieth in thy bosom. Yeah, so basically the Lord, in plain terms, he told you, don't be pillow talking to these broads, bro. But nevertheless, let me go back to this article. It says, the woman named Christine Fang, or Fang, according to Axios, had confirmed sexual or romantic relationships with at least two Midwestern mayors. For multiple days, Swalwell D. Caliph has refused to confirm or deny whether he had a sexual or romantic relationship with Fang. Swalwell's office did not respond to a request for comment from Fox News on Friday, asking again about the nature of his relationship with Fang. Fox News also asked the same. It says, Pelosi has full confidence in Swalwell as Congressmen scrutinize over ties to suspected Chinese spy. It says, and this is just, like I said before, it's just tension amongst the nations, man. Okay, these nations are trying to get it up. I was literally just watching the video with El Pastor Har was going into the fact, Moab, so-called Chinese over there talking about super soldiers, man. Okay, and they say they weren't going to give their soldiers any type of freedom or type of moral code. Basically, they were going to make these super soldiers, like you ever watched, I don't know if you've seen that movie about Captain America. It was that guy, it's like the Winter Soldier, Bucky, the Winter Soldier. Basically, he was like that. Basically, he was a soldier. They brainwashed him, put a whole bunch of super soldier serum in him. He was like an elite soldier that he basically did hits on whoever the government wanted them to do privately. It was like that so-called the dark shadow government. They would do hits on people. Okay, and they would send Bucky, the Winter Soldier, on people. And he had no control. When he snapped out of the brainwashing, he even said he didn't want to kill those people, but they had him on type of brainwash stuff, so he had to do it. And that's exactly what Moab is talking about doing. Like I said before, you go to Elder Pastor Har's channel to watch that. Is Tahar Bunloya. Okay, that's the one he's uploading right now, because the Esau is tracking our channels all the time, so we keep having to create new ones. But like I said before, Isaac got done watching that. He was basically going to Moab talking about how they want to create super soldiers, man. Okay, and what? And they say that to take over, man. Because that's what, and that's ultimately like the Elder Apostle got into Psalms 2nd chapter. I just got into Psalms 2nd chapter in the video I just uploaded. But hey, these heathens aren't doing it in vain, man. Okay, why is the heathen rage? Little I'm gonna get that. But it says I'm gonna finish this article. It says I don't know if it's really talking about anything else. Lil Will, I'm gonna leave this link in the description box, but nevertheless, like I said, for this is a real quick hit about tension amongst the nations, man. But I'm gonna get this. Also, this is the time of prophecy. You know what? Let me get that actually. Let me get that. This is prophecy. That's Joel 3. Yeah, Joel 3:1. It says, behold, in those days and at that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah, the southern kingdom, and Jerusalem, the northern kingdom, and I will also gather all nations and will bring them into the valley of Jehoshaphat, because that says Jehoshaphat, but hey, the Lord's name is not Jehovah, it's Yahweh, okay? And Shaphat means judgment. So the valley of Yahweh's judgment, the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. So you want to know why all these heathen nations, like I said, for the title of this lesson is tension amongst the nations. If you want to know why the tension amongst the nations is because the Lord, we're reading right here, the Lord is gathering all the nations. He's putting their spirit to do things, to agitate people. He's putting his spirit on Esau to assassinate these Persian leaders, okay, the scientists, etc. Why? To bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat, so that way he can judge them for what they did to his heritage and his people Israel, man. Yasharallah, man. Okay, I just got in that lesson. I just uploaded the lesson and said that these the heads of these heathen nations are shook. Yeah, because they're afraid, man. Because they're afraid to seeing Israel wake up on their feet. And like I said before, now they're having tension in the divisions amongst themselves, man. Heavy, man. Okay, you had the Brexit earlier this year. Was that this year? I believe it was earlier this year. You know, basically what? The prophecy of the beast shall hate the horde, man. Was the beast NATO and the EU? Okay, the so-called European Union. And then what? You got the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Okay, and then what? What's the horde? Babylon the Great America, man. Okay, that great horde is the rise of the beast, man. All right, and this. Like I said, for this is all prophecy, man. Okay, all these nations are having tension. They're all divided against each other. You got Russia. Okay, it's gonna be one of the main people that shoot missiles on Babylon the Great America, man. Okay, like I said before, you got the Persians, so-called Iranians over there getting ready for war. They say it will not go unanswered on what they did. You gotta remember that Soleimani stuff was only 11 months ago, man. Okay, war drums are beating, man. Okay, World War III is right at the door. Okay, and we can see how it's playing out, man. Okay, who knows what more assassination attempts are going to happen? Who knows what more, like I said, for top generals, scientists, etc., are going to die from multiple different nations, man. Well, who knows what more spies, etc., are going to be revealed, man. You know, hey, this is all prophecy ultimately, man. This is all the scripture speaking, man. But this is I'm trying to think. Yeah, Habakkuk. I'm gonna end it off on this. Like I said, for this is real cool here. I got multiple other videos I want to do. Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but the end shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Yeah, and we see it not tarrying, man. Okay, we see, like I said before, tension amongst the nations. In Matthew 24, he said, the stress upon nations, the great famine is coming, man. The UN keeps saying how it's gonna be millions and millions, tens of millions of people starving, man. Okay, I did a lesson on that maybe few days ago, about a week ago, man. You know, multiple brothers did videos on the multiple videos on the great famine that's coming, man. It's gonna be in all nations, man. Okay, all these nations are gonna be experiencing these plagues from how about Shem Shai. Okay, you got a sedition amongst men. People refusing. I had put in my last video. You got Edomites refusing to shut down their businesses, etc., man. So these governments are dealing with much sedition in their own country. Then they got to go to war with each other. Okay, it's tension between each other. And then they're trying to develop their military programs at the same time. Like I said before in Psalms, the 2nd chapter, it's all in vain, man. Because ultimately, Yasharallah is next up to rule. Moab is not up. Moab is not going to be the king of the world, man. Okay, Jacob, okay, Yaquab is going to be the king of the world, man. Okay, starting with our Lord Yahushua, and Yahushua is coming back very, very soon. We can see by what through the prophecies, man. Like I just read right here, it said the vision was yet for a appointed time, and the end shall speak and not lie, man. So it was just a quick hit. Like I said before, I got other videos I want to do. I just want to touch on this subject. Like I said before, I'm going to leave the Lord willing, I'm going to leave the article link in the description box. I'm going to give all praise to how about Shem Shai by Shem Kakadash. Double honest apostle, Elder Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect.